Good evening everyone, I'm Derek Clark from the Rangers Review outside a freezing cold Ibrox as Rangers defeat Dundee United by 1-0 to stretch their record, their lead at the top of the Scottish Premiership table to 7 points. It wasn't pretty by any stretch of the imagination. James Tavernier with the only goal of the game from the penalty spot after 71 minutes. He won the penalty himself with a cross into the box that was handled, and Alan Muir took a second before pointing to the spot, and he stepped up and made no mistake. In terms of the team, Giovanni van Bronckhorst made 2 changes from the team that beat St Johnstone in midweek. Borna Barisic dropped out. Of course, he was unwell during the week. Nathan Patterson came in for him, and John Lundstrom came in for Joe Aribo. Of course, he was hovering over that one booking away from missing the Old Firm game, so he was dropped to the bench. And Rangers started very interestingly at the back. It looked like Tavernier and Goldson were the centre-back pairing, with Nathan Patterson on the right and Calvin Bassey on the left, but that all changed after just 4 minutes. Giovanni van Bronckhorst then electing to move Tavernier back to his usual position of right back, with Goldson and Bassey in the middle and Patterson over on the left-hand side. The first half, well, the less said about it the better. It was laborious, subdued, lacklustre. The Ibrox crowd were getting frustrated with misplaced passes. There just seemed to be a little bit of a sloppiness, and players were just a little bit lacklustre, and just took a while to get going. A lot of sideways passes. Half time came, the manager made a change. He brought on the more forward-thinking Scott Wright in place of John Lundstrom, who was decent enough, but there was just so many sideways passes and not forward enough for the Dutchman's liking. So Scott Wright came on. He made almost an immediate impact over on that right-hand side in place of Yanis Hadji, who was moved over more centrally, and the Romanian himself, more on him later, but he never had his best of games. Passes weren't coming off. They were either overhit or his touch was letting him down. It wasn't the best of games for him, and Scott Wright, for me personally, had a much better impact over on that right hand side. He just injected life and pace and was causing Dundee United a number of problems down that right hand side. The goal itself, as I mentioned, came in the 71st minute. Cross into the box by Tavernier, handled by the United defender. Alan Muir took a second before pointing to the spot, and up stepped the skipper, firing into the corner of the net. That aside, not a lot to shout about. Dundee United, to their credit, looked well coached. The frustrated Rangers at times, and of course this was a very youthful looking Dundee United side as well, due to COVID affecting their squad. They had a 16-year-old playing for them in Craig Moore, so unfortunately he was stretched off midway through the second half. We wish him a speedy recovery, but yeah, it was one of those roll the sleeves up performances from Rangers this afternoon. But Giovanni van Bronckhorst maintains that 100% record in the Scottish Premiership. They move on to the Boxing Day game here against St Mirren. Of course, there was laughter and hilarity erupted at Ibrox when the sponsors man of the match was named, and Yanis Hadji was the name mentioned from Michael Smith on the PA. How they came to that decision, I don't think anyone inside Ibrox could quite understand, but there you go. Subjected to much entertainment this afternoon, it's fair to say. It's all about getting those 3 points. Another game ticked off the list for Giovanni van Bronckhorst and this Rangers squad. They stretched their lead, as I mentioned, to 7 points in the top of the Scottish Premiership table. Celtic taking on Hibs in that League Cup final tomorrow. So look at the positives. 7 points clear, as Alan Kelly says. Move on from this game and take the 3 points and up the roads. Remember, here at the Rangers Review, we'll assess the game in greater detail on Monday, so stay tuned to our YouTube channel. Get yourself subscribed to that if you haven't already done so, and also to subscribe to the Rangers Review site now. It's only £2.99 a month to support top quality journalism covering the club you love. But it's finished here at a freezing cold Ibrox at Rangers 1, Dundee United 0.